Mike Tirico, along with my partner Greg Olson, it's Will Lutz, the kicker, who gets this started. And off we go here from Mile High. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So here come the Patriots, and Greg, they are led by their second-year quarterback, the number 3 overall pick in 2024 out of North Carolina. It's Drake May.
And we all know how talented this guy is, Mike, right? From the physical sense, that's obvious. But what really separates him, and it really came through when we had a chance to talk to him this week, is really his ability to operate from the neck up. His processing speed, his decision-making. It seems like he's always one step ahead of the defense, and when he's on, he's proven to be really hard to beat.
That'll be caught. It's Travion Henderson. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first down.
I think this is something that we can expect the rest of the day here, Mike, in the passing game. They love getting the running back involved early. And I think until the defense shows they got a plan to take him away, expect them to continue to find ways to get him involved in the passing game.
We're going to run, and this is Travion Henderson. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. John Franklin Myers there to make the tackle.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the first down marker, and they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
They'll try to run for it with Henderson. And he's going to be brought down behind the line. This defense fired up to start the game. It's 4th down.
Well, what looked like an advantage for the offense, Mike, facing second and short now, has turned into a win for the defense. Back-to-back stops for a loss, and it brings up 4th down.
On 4th down, Bryce Beringer out to punt for New England. The Broncos have Marvin Mims out for the return. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. So the Broncos come out, and Greg, they are led by their QB of the future. Found their guy with the 6th quarterback selection in the 2024 draft. Second season now for Bo Nix.
I always like studying quarterbacks in year 2. I think rookie year, there can either be a lot of growth, right? There's the biggest ability to take that jump, but there's also some struggles you have to work through. In year 2, a full offseason, really understanding the playbook. Things have kind of slowed down for you. I feel like year 2 is a really good indicator of what long-term success looks like for any young quarterback. You know, Mike, what separates the really elite defensive edge players from everybody else is not only their ability to rush the passer. That's what everybody focuses on. But, man, the defensive ends that are good in the run game, those are the guys that never leave the field.
Now they'll set up the screen for Harvey. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Working out of the gun, it's Nix. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
Sacks are drive killers. There is no greater correlation between a defense getting off the field and the ability to rush the quarterback. And when they come on 3rd down, that number just goes up.
On 4th down, Jeremy Crawshaw on to punt for Denver. That's Marcus Jones back to return for the Patriots. This one fielded out beyond the 25. And it's a decent return. Gets some of that yardage back before he's forced out of bounds. The Patriots offense going to take over now for the 2nd time. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. They'll begin it on the ground with Henderson. And the strength on display, rattling through tacklers for a gain of 8 yards.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for. And I think this is a nice physical game here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds. And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
They'll go with the sneak, and he'll get back to midfield, so no gain on that one.
A gain on the play.
When done correctly, Mike, this is just such a high percentage call. It's kind of hard to choose another play off your call sheet. It's impossible to defend. You can know it's coming, stack the box, whatever you want to do. But most of the time, they'll just drive forward and pick up the first down.
May gonna hold on to this one. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. 14 on the pickup. Good for a Patriots first down.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
That is hot. What a throw. Touchdown, New England.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
Now Andres Borregales for the extra point. He's got it. And the Patriots will take a 7-0 lead.
Patriots 7, Broncos nothing.
So following the touchdown, Borregales is back to send this one away. This will be returned from the 6. Across the 20, they'll mark them down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Broncos offense ready to take over for their second possession. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Play action now. It's Nix. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. Cortland Sutton, the intended receiver, and that will lead to a 2nd down.
So I don't hate the decision, Mike, but it just feels like he put a little too much air on that ball. It just took that ball way too much time to get to the open receiver, and when you hang a ball that long, the defenders at this level are just going to break and attack on that ball, and he's lucky that didn't end up going back the other direction.
And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield. A pickup there of 25 yards. First down, Broncos.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
They'll go play action with Nix. That's swung out to Harvey.
To play corner in this league, Mike, you have to have great reactions and instincts. In this case, he trusts those instincts from the jump, and he's able to send the offense going backwards as a result.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. They send Sutton in motion. He connects with Mims. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. 2 receptions for him on this drive. This one good for 16 yards.
And that was just a simple read that time. He knew his guy was going to come open in the middle of the field based on the look they gave. All he had to do was let the play develop and then deliver a strike to pick up the first down.
And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
Well, on the back of the previous play, Mike, we saw him have some success through the air. They tried to change it up with a draw, but the defense wasn't having any of it. Didn't sell out for the pass. They're able to stop that one for a loss.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. This one not quite on target. Got him too much, and that one falls incomplete. He was looking for Marvin Mims there, and it's going to be 3rd down.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks. And now they got a 4th down decision to make.
Lutz's kick is good. And the Broncos are on the board. It's 7-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
So following the field goal, Lutz is back out to kick it away. From the 6, here comes a return. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. So now the New England offense getting ready for their next possession. The lead sits at 4. So they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. Open man to Mario Douglas. He's close to a 1st down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down.
Gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 39-yard line.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd down and a yard. Throwing now is May. That's to the left side and taken in by Diggs. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
That one taken in by Douglas. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
13 yards.
That's the second time they connect on this drive. This one good for 13 yards.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. On play action, here's May. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete. He was looking for Stephon Diggs there. And it'll be second down.
This offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd, and even though they missed on that long attempt, at least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. If they can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes, it's going to go a long way to settling themselves into this game.
And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up third down.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules, and the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend. Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
He'll get this out to Henderson. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
Brings up second and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Second and 10. Throw again is May. That's complete to Henderson. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the first down marker, but it is a pickup of 9.
They were able to complete this pass, but how often do we see these running backs run these angle routes and they catch it in stride and run a hole through the defense? So I know the defense gave up some yards here, but it could have been a lot worse.
They'll run the sneak, and he's going to have the first down. Just past the marker, it is first and goal.
And with that run, it puts them on the doorstep of the end zone. This has been a really impressive series up into this point, Mike. I mean, so much that anything less than a touchdown kind of feels like a letdown.
It's the tight end Henry in motion. They'll run with Henderson. Nothing there. He is fortunate just to get back to the line. Now it's second and goal.
No gain on the play. Leads to second and goal at the 9-yard line.
So we'll get a second and goal when we return. The Patriots out on top. Greg and I back in Denver in just a moment. Time for the second quarter. Patriots with the football. Another shot at it from the 9. Second down and goal. As we are ready to get back underway. They're called in at the 2. And he'll take it on in. Pop Douglas. Touchdown, Patriots.
And what a fitting end to this drive, Mike. It only makes sense that he's the one that gets the ball in the end zone after making a handful of clutch plays prior to the touchdown. That was just a textbook example of one guy taking over the game.
Rodriguez now for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Pats extend their advantage to 14-3.
14. Broncos 3.
So following the touchdown, Borregales is back to send this one away. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. They trail now 14-3, so an 11-point deficit as they start things out with 1st and 10. They'll throw. It's Nix. And he is out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage, so they're going to end up losing a couple of yards. Not a good first down.
What they teach these backs is when you catch a check down, immediately try to get vertical. Try to put a hole in the defense coming to rally tackle. So give credit to the defense here. They strung this out and made him go sideways, and they forced him to go so far sideways, he went out of bounds.
He's got his receiver. It's Cortland Sutton. And that's a good gain there. It's going to wind up just a couple of yards shy of that first down.
And while it ultimately worked out for him this time, Mike, this is not a throw he wants to make a habit of because that was risky. When he threw it, I thought that ball was being picked. I think he got away with one here, results in a big pickup, and get a fresh set of downs.
And he will have a Broncos first down by about a yard. They're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
I think this is one of those play calls, Mike, that really just comes down to understanding your personnel. You realize, okay, your back is not one of those big bruising guys, run it up the middle on 3rd and short. Instead, use the speed, use the vision, get him outside the offensive line, and let him find that space to pick up the first down.
And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
That one incomplete. Good job. Textbook there, separating the man from the ball, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Troy Franklin, the intended target. 3rd down coming up. From the shotgun, here's Nix. He finds Mims. It's complete. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
A gain of 17 yards. That's good for a Broncos first down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
That's just playing quarterback at a really high level, Mike. I mean, once he realizes his initial pre-snap read has changed, he just calmly goes through his progressions against this zone look. He ends up delivering a strike, and they keep the drive alive.
His defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
A loss of 2.
Well, has been the case this entire first half. It's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
On 2nd down, it's Nix. That's caught by Harvey. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd.
A bit of a quick
11.
hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Nix from the gun on 3rd down. He's got his man. He finds Sutton. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line.
That's another
His 2nd catch of the drive. This one good for 15 and a first down.
26-yard line.
It just seems like whenever they need a big play on 3rd down, you can almost guarantee that he's someone they're going to try to get the ball to, and certainly easy to see why. Clutch play by everyone involved and keeps the offense on the field.
He goes right back to Sutton. And he'll be out of bounds. A pickup, though, of 6.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
And that is incomplete, but now a penalty flag comes in late. He might have been caught with his hands in the cookie jar.
Automatic first down.
They can still get a first down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. From the gun, that is a run with Harvey. And he's in! R.J. Harvey. Touchdown, Broncos.
You just don't see these kind of holes too often at this NFL level, Mike, and you can see once he got the ball, the clear line to the end zone, he doesn't get touched, and an unfortunate defensive breakdown here ends up costing him 6 points.
Will Lutz now for the PAT. He's got it, and the Broncos are back within 4. It is 14-10.
14. Broncos 10.
So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Patriots offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Henderson to start this drive. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the game to nothing.
May to throw on 2nd down. That's caught downfield by Diggs. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. It's a big hit for the Patriots. 31 yards.
31 yards. First down, New England.
This guy has just such a knack for getting open, Mike, and whenever they're looking for that big play, he's usually one of the guys at the top of the progression, and it's pretty easy to see why.
Thrown out of the gun, they're going to run with Henderson. That lane closes quickly. A pickup of 3. Jaquan McMillan in on the stop.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
They face 2nd down and 7. Off the play fake, here's May. He's got his man, Keyshawn Boutte. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
9 yards. That's good for a Patriots first down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Now May. That's complete to Diggs. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Stephon Diggs. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6. at the 25-yard line.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. From out of the gun, here's May. The look at his big target, Henry, over the middle. He's taken down just shy of the 10.
Yards.
Give him 14 on that one. First down, New England.
1st and 10 at the 11.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
And he will get into the end zone. Travion Henderson. Touchdown, New England.
Touchdown, Patriots.
When you start talking about the qualities of a top-tier back in the NFL, Mike, we all talk about size, speed, the ability to keep your feet, the ability to have balance at contact. But the part we don't talk enough about is patience, understanding the blocking scheme, the timing, when to hit the hole, as much as what hole to hit. And I think you get a great example of what that looks like when it all comes together. He takes advantage of the scheme, and next thing you know, he hits his head on the goalpost.
The extra point now for Borregales. He gets it to go, and the Patriots are out to a 21-10 lead.
Broncos 10.
So following the touchdown, Borregales is back to send this one away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Broncos offense and running back R.J. Harvey heading back to the field. They'll look to make some inroads here. They're down 21-10 in this one as they come up on a first down. They'll begin on the ground with Harvey. They'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
He was taken down.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
2nd and 11. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. That's going to be incomplete. Covered very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose, and it's going to force 3rd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it, but I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
He'll take a shot with Mims. He's got it, and he will take this one in. 71 yards. Touchdown, Denver.
This is when you're very fortunate as an offensive play caller, Mike, that you not only have the speed on the outside, but you got the big arm behind center, because it doesn't get real fancy. If you can hold up in the protection, you're saying run as fast and as far as you can. I'm going to throw it as far as I can, and when you connect, it is a thing of beauty, and in this case, it results in a touchdown.
Lutz for the extra point. The kick is good. Broncos are back within 4. It's 21-17.
17.
So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. On the return, Travion Henderson. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Patriots offense and their running back, Travion Henderson, making their way back out there. Will try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Handoff, and it's Henderson. And he finds some daylight. Up past the 35-yard line. A pickup of 7.
38-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 3. Working out of the gun, it's May. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete. Kayshon Boutte was the one he was looking for. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
A gain there of 20. Good for a Patriots 1st down.
It's a gain of 20. And the Patriots 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
So far here early, Mike, the key for this offense has been their ability to maintain possession by converting on these 3rd downs. It's going to be a big storyline the rest of the way. This defense has to find a way. When they force 3rd down, they got to get off the field.
And they'll take this down inside the 35. That's a gain of 11. And they'll move the chains with another 1st down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 9. We'll go play action with May. Left side, he's got Henry. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line. That's his 3rd catch of this 1st half, and good enough for a 1st down.
Talk about a thing of beauty. Mike, did you see how many tight ends were on the field on that last play? They call it 13 personnel because there's 1 running back, 3 tight ends, 1 wide receiver. So everybody on defense is thinking run. They catch him off guard a little with the pass, and they take advantage of it for the big gain downfield.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
So, 2 minutes to play in a back-and-forth 1st half. Greg and I return to Denver after this. They'll give it to Henderson. Trying to push the pile forward, but he's not going to get in. They stop him up short.
This offense is finding out the hard way, Mike. There is just not a lot of room to operate against this defense down near the goal line.
Now the Broncos going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll talk things over before 3rd down. Nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
It's fourth
Now a
down.
timeout, Denver. That's their second, as they'll discuss what's to come as fourth down is looming. They're going. It's May, and this is hot. Wow, the decision to go pays off. Hunter Henry, touchdown Patriots.
You know, Mike, I think we're going to see a lot of this, and you know why? It's the new kickoff rule. So think about it. In the old days, you'd kick a field goal, you'd kick a touchback, and your opponent would have the ball on the 20. You didn't give up as much field position, but you only got 3 points. Nowadays, you go for 3 points and you kick a touchback, they get the ball on the 35. It's almost 30 yards of field position. You're just better off going for touchdowns when you get in here tight.
The extra point is good. And the Pats add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead. So following the touchdown, Borregales is back to send this one away. A return now from the 4. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Broncos offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Throwing is Nix. To the left side, into the hands of Franklin.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
It is 2nd and 9. Off the play fake, here's Nix. And this is too far out in front. That one's incomplete.
I'll tell you what, Mike, with this guy's speed, he's not an easy target to overthrow, so that's one of those where they're telling this quarterback, throw it with everything you got. Just lay it out there, and more times than not, he's going to run under it, but in this case, just a little bit too much on it. He winds up overshooting his man.
Here's Nix to throw. Taking off, he'll try to get there. Taking advantage of the room to run, a gain of 19 on the scramble.
The defensive line has to do a better job of contain rushing, especially on 3rd down. Mike, you can't rush one-on-one. You have to rush as a unit. Keep the quarterback in the pocket, and when you let him get loose, this is what's going to happen.
On 1st down, here's Nix to throw. And the throw on the run is complete.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
He'll get that complete to Franklin. And he's going to have the 1st down as he gets out of bounds, and he stopped the clock as well.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a 1st down.
Nix now to throw it here on 1st down. He'll look underneath for Harvey. Now a timeout signal for him, and they'll get it with 10 seconds until the break.
A gain of 9.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike. You never go broke taking a profit. And give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big, explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back, allow him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
On now, it's Will Lutz to try the field goal. Officially an even 50-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Broncos are able to get it back within a score.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
So, still the matter of 6 seconds remaining in this half. And the kick's away. From a yard deep, he's going to bring it out. And he'll manage to get this back only to about the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thanks. No rest at the break for a couple of, I'm sure, weary defensive coordinators trying to figure out how to stop these offenses here in the second half. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Broncos offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Nix. Left side, that's complete. It's Sutton. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
39 yards.
A big one there to start the second half. 39 yards.
1st and 10 at the
Those are the explosive
34-yard
pass
line.
plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive.
To the goal line and in. Marvin Mims. Touchdown, Denver. 2 touchdowns for him now in the afternoon.
Well, it seems this game is kind of getting to the point, Mike, where it's defense optional. I mean, both these teams are really just having their way with their opponent. They're going up and down the field, and after this long touchdown, yes, this is great if you're a fantasy player, but it's not so great if you're a defensive coordinator.
Nix and the Broncos now will line up and go for 2.
The Broncos
To throw is Nix. And he will get in for the 2. They open up the bag of tricks on the goal line and add a pair of points.
I know it sounds like I'm being biased, Mike, but I'm really not. Down here this close to the end zone, especially on two-point tries, the size, the length, the athleticism, and matchups these tight ends can create, man, they are a tough handle, and it leads to 2 points.
So back to level after the touchdown. And time for the kickoff. On the return, Travion Henderson. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Patriots offense and their running back, Travion Henderson, making their way back out there. Both these offenses have been informed. Is the defense going to show up? Can anybody come up with a stop? All tied here in this third quarter, and it's 1st and 10. Douglas in motion. On the give, it's Henderson. He'll move it ahead for about 3 yards. That's the safety, Talanoa Hufanga on the tackle.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
On 2nd down, it's May. That's into the hands of Diggs. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Operating from the shotgun, it's May. This one's broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
The Broncos offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They'll go play action with Nix. Oh, fine work there defensively. Got that hand in there. That pass is incomplete.
And at this stage of the game, it's both teams that are really seeing who can make the big play to swing the game in their favor. And this time, it's the defense. He's able to get his hands on it. Mike, I think they're lucky he wasn't able to get both hands on it because it could have been even a bigger play.
Nix gonna keep it on the zone read.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You could see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? They'll throw. It's Nix. That's taken in by Franklin. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
Now, fair catch called, and he's going to take it out beyond the 25-yard line. The Patriots offense and Drake May making their way back out. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. on 1st and 10, and he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
On the tackle. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 31-yard line.
On play action, here's May. Now he'll swing it out to his fullback. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
So, Mike, there's this idea that every time a defense blitzes, it has to result in a sack, but there's a lot of other ways that you can impact the play, and we see it here. Get the ball out of the quarterback's hand, get it to the check down, and now you just need to rally tackle and bring him down for a loss.
He'll get this over the middle to Diggs. And it looks like he's going to have the first down. What great work after the catch to extend the drive.
First down. A gain of 9 yards. And a Patriot first down.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
It's a gain of 18.
He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
Give them 17 more, and they are on a roll. Another first down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
He'll try to push forward. He'll wind up getting 3 yards with that one. Jaquan McMillan in on the stop. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. From the 22 now, here's 2nd down and 6. They'll try the jet sweep with Diggs. And this defense having nothing of it. They get him down for a loss on the play.
Tried to get a little cute here, get the ball into the hands of one of their receivers in space on a jet motion, but really nice job there by the defense. When you can set good edges and you can have good force players on the perimeter of the defense, there's really nowhere for this jet sweep to go, because with them running horizontal before the snap, Mike, it's very hard for these receivers to cut and get vertical.
He's over 100 receiving yards on the afternoon now, and a first down to boot.
And the Patriots first down. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
And this is what can happen when you're so worried about protecting the sticks, Mike. You force them to throw the ball underneath, but then you've got to be able to rally the ball and tackle. But they weren't able to do it before he gets the line to gain, and he ends up picking up the first down anyway.
Here's May to throw it on first down. He pulls it in around the 5. And he's in. Demario Douglas. Touchdown, New England. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
Borregales now for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Patriots will go up by 7.
Score Patriots 35, Broncos 28.
So following the touchdown, Borregales is back to send this one away. On the return, here comes Marvin Mims. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. Back to throw is Nix. Now he'll run it.
You know, Mike, nice job here by the quarterback, just understanding on these early downs, you just don't want to go backwards. So he's able to avoid the negative play, pick up a little bit, and mostly avoid the sack.
So, from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 9. Straight ahead goes Harvey. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
When you look throughout this game, Mike, I don't think there's even a debate. This defensive line has clearly won the battle at the line of scrimmage over this offensive line. And for an offense that wants the run game to be such a critical element to its plan, they've got to do a better job because there's nowhere to run, there's no holes for the back to find, and all these zero or negative runs are putting them in some really bad spots.
A gain there of 24 yards. Good for a Denver first down.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Now, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
And they'll take this down inside the 35. That's a gain of 16. This offense is humming. A first down.
The best offensive play callers in the NFL, Mike, do a great job tying in their under-center run game, like we just saw here, with their under-center play action game. And the ability to make those two things look alike, man, it puts a lot of stress on the defense.
Now they'll set up the screen for Harvey. And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start, and a loss of yards on the play.
Well, the best screen plays, of course, you want the offensive lineman out in front of the running back. They act as his escort, his lead blockers. But what you can't afford is for the defenders to be in the backfield and get to the running back, because those offensive linemen, they can't help him at all.
That's caught left side by Ingram. And he's got about 5 on this one before he's out of bounds. And they're set up a little bit better for 3rd down.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game, and you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. This is caught. He's got a long way to go.
Well, when you call a screenplay, of course, you're looking to catch the defense off guard and pick up a chunk play. You're not thinking you're actually going to find yourself going backwards, but that's exactly the case here, and really nice job by the defense sniffing that one out.
On now, it's Will Lutz to try the field goal. This a 57-yard attempt. And he missed it. It's no good. And they are not able to draw closer.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
The Patriots offense and their running back, Travion Henderson, making their way back out there. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far. Throwing on 1st and 10 is May. He's across midfield. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a first down.
They don't waste any time capitalizing on their opponent's mistake, so they miss the field goal, you take the ball back. There's a lot of energy on the sideline. That's a big win for your defense. So what do you got to do? You got to go out there as an offense and get off to a fast start, and that's exactly what they're able to do on that first down play. A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Throwing now is May. He's found his receiver, Butte. And he will get into the end zone. Keyshawn Butte. Touchdown, Patriots. And he continues to remain on fire. That is a rare NFL day. 5 touchdown passes thrown.
And Mike, at this point, the defense just looks completely lost out there. I mean, they have no answers whatsoever, giving up the 5th touchdown pass of this ball game.
The extra point now for Borregales. He's got it. And the Pats will extend this 3rd quarter lead.
42, Broncos 28.
So following the touchdown, Borregales is back to send this one away. On the return, here's Mims. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Broncos offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. Drive starts on the ground, and this is Harvey. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
On the zone read, this is Nix. Nothing doing there. He'll go down behind the line.
The key to running the read option, Mike, is that the timing has to be just right. If it's too slow getting going, a lot of the times defenders can get in the backfield and cause havoc, and that's exactly what happened here.
Working out of the gun, it's Nix. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield. That's well done as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
Mike, it just seems like certain games each week just align for matchups like we're seeing today. Just 2 quarterbacks trading blow for blow, putting on a show for their respective teams. Let's see if he can finish this drive off with another touchdown following that big play.
Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
The tackle made back at
So they
his
go with
own
the first
49.
down run, hoping to just get them some positive yards and get themselves into a good second down situation, but now they find themselves in second and long. So the more you give defenses the opportunity, Mike, to defend you one-dimensionally. So in this case, we're only playing you in the pass. It stresses your protection, it stresses your play caller, and ultimately, it stresses your quarterback.
It's a gain of 18. That's good.
So, no shortage of offense in this one as we end the third. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. First and 10. Now Nick's going to look to throw. This one complete to Sutton. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's second down.
Brings up second and 2.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
On second down, Harvey. And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a first down on that gain of 5.
A 5-yard gain.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. Second and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
On first down, they'll stick with Harvey. And he will score! Game on! R.J. Harvey! Touchdown, Broncos. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
The kick by Lutz is good. And the Broncos will cut the deficit to 7.
Broncos 35.
So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. On the return, Travion Henderson. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Patriots offense and Drake May making their way back out. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. To throw on first down is May. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
No gain on the play.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started. And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Throwing on third down is May. Short pass caught by Henry, the tight end. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge first down conversion. Fresh set of downs. Now, the balance is stay aggressive and maintain the ball, but also start working this clock.
Got a man coming across the field. He's got it. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25. It's a big play when they needed it the most. A pickup of 44 yards.
When done properly, crossing routes are a great way to get your receivers the ball in space with room to run after the catch. And that's exactly what they're able to do here, executed to perfection, and they pick up a ton of yards after the catch.
And we'll get a whistle, stoppage, an injured Patriot. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Second and 7. They'll run, and this is Ramondre Stevenson. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up third down.
A 3-yard gain on the play brings up third down.
Working out of the gun, it's May. And this ball incomplete on third down.
Just a couple plays ago, Mike, it felt like a touchdown was kind of inevitable. They were doing everything they wanted as they marched the length of the field, and then as they got down here close to the red zone and that field condenses, they started getting sloppy in their execution. Now, what do they do on fourth down? Do they try to keep their offense out there and extend the drive, or do they settle for 3?
And this one, right down the middle. It's good. And that could be big. They now take a 2-score advantage. After the made field goal, back out is Borregales to kick this one away. On the return, here's Mims. The Broncos offense about ready to take over once more. They'll do so with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Nix. To the left side, into the hands of Franklin.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 4. Off the play fake, here's Nix. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They've got him. That is Christian Barmore. Gets him for a loss of 7. And now it's 3rd down.
Early in this drive, they're trying to establish some offensive rhythm, but now after that 2nd down sack, really puts them in a must-pass. You don't want to be in 3rd and long very often in the NFL. It's not a very high percentage conversion rate, and with the danger of a 3 and out, they better hold up here in pass protection.
Nix from the gun on 3rd down. And that one's incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there, and they force 4th down.
Sets up 4th down.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on 3rd down? It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up 4th down.
And it's a good solid return as he takes it back up near midfield. So now the New England offense getting ready for their next possession. They're going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drive. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Stevenson. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Terrific starter there. Gain of 15 and a 1st down.
2-possession lead, 4th quarter. This is the time, Mike, when you really can rely heavily on your run game. Everybody in the stadium knows you're going to run it, including the defense. They just can't come up with an answer to stop it.
On 1st down, they'll stay with Stevenson on the ground. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down.
On the tackle. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Broncos' 29-yard line.
It's the tight end Henry in motion. May to throw on 2nd down. That is brought in at the 10. And he's into the end zone. Hunter Henry. Touchdown, New England. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. So add another touchdown and touchdown pass for that matter. He has thrown 6 already in this one. Amazing stuff. Borregales now for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Patriots will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. So following the touchdown, Borregales is back to send this one away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Broncos offense and receiver Cortland Sutton ready to get going again. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been unquestionably the star of the show, as they have just absolutely had no answer on the defensive side of the ball. Throw it here on 1st down. He'll get that complete to Franklin. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
15 yards.
About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
On 1st down, here's Nix to throw. And unable to connect there. It's incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Second down. Nix. That's caught on the right side by Sutton. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. A pickup of 21 on that connection. First down, Broncos.
First down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And 8 at the 35-yard line.
From the 35, here's second and 8. On the give, it's Harvey. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So third down, forthcoming.
At the 31. A gain of 4 brings up third and 4.
Throwing, Nix. In trouble, and down he goes.
The defensive coaches, they preach all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
Let's see what they do here. This is fourth and long. Nick's gonna throw for it. He'll take a shot with Mims. That's gonna be incomplete. They felt compelled to go for it on fourth and long. That was a big ask, and the defense turns them away.
You find yourself down big. It's the fourth quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
First down, they'll start out with Stevenson. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
The tackle. 1 yard gain brings up second and 9 at the 45-yard line.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's second and 9. They'll go again here with Stevenson.
So they're not going to get the yardage to reflect it, but I actually thought that was a pretty nice job by the running back, at least getting back to the original line of scrimmage. This offensive line, they've got to do a better job getting him through untouched. His yards before contact got to be better.
Third down and 9. It's the tight end Henry in motion. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. And that is incomplete. Contact occurred just as the ball was arriving. There are no flags. It's fourth down.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey, guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
Now a fair catch, and it's going to be a long field. They'll take over right about their own 13. The Broncos offense and receiver Cortland Sutton ready to get going again. This will begin at their own 13-yard line. So work to do starting with this 1st and 10. They'll throw. It's Nix. Exiting the pocket right.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short gain.
Here's a 2nd and 9. Throwing is Nix. That's caught left side by Ingram. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33.
A gain of 19 yards.
They get 19 on that pass play. Good for a Denver 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Back to throw is Nix. That's taken in by Franklin. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line. That's 13 more on that play. And quickly, another 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Play action now. It's Nix. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. He's going to be out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. Closing in on 200 receiving yards for the game. He's been outstanding. That one good for a 1st down. To throw is Nix. There's that man again. Another catch. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play.
Brings up 2nd and 2. At the Patriots' 31-yard line.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Here's 2nd and 2. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. Nowhere to go. He is taken down. Harold Landry getting in to drop him. It's a loss of 6, and it's 3rd down.
What started out as a promising drive seemed inevitable, Mike, with the way they were able to continue to move the ball, that they'd find themselves finishing with points. But after that 2nd down sack brings up 3rd and long, and this drive looks suddenly very different.
He finds Mims. It's complete. Now the Broncos going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll take it with just over 90 seconds left on the clock.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the 2nd half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark, just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
Nix now on 1st and 10. Now they'll set up the screen for Harvey. He is out of bounds. They have worked it inside the 15.
10 more yards.
The screen works for 10 yards and a 1st down.
1st down.
And while this game is certainly all but over, this drive really comes down to pride. On one side, you got a team trying to show they're willing to fight all the way to the end, and then the other, they don't want to give up a touchdown at this point in the game.
A 1st down throw for Nix. A lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because, think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Tight end going in motion here. He's going to tuck it and go.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
It's going to be third. They need one. Now Nick's going to look to throw. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down.
So prior to that third down call, Mike, I thought they put themselves in a pretty good situation. At that down and distance, they had run and pass, both at their disposal, but nice job by the defense being up to the task. Forced the incomplete, brings up fourth down.
And he's not going to get there. The defense was ready for it, and they stuff him on fourth down.
Well, that play had no chance from the start. The running back was not even able to make it back to the original line of scrimmage. Give credit to that defensive line. That was an incredible effort, forcing that fourth down stop.
The Patriots offense ready to get back at it. And this one really all over but the shouting. One timeout left defensively, but there's no need to use it here. They'll run on first down with Stevenson. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be second down.
At the 12-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2.
To throw now. May will try to set up the screen to Stevenson. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4.
We're starting to see this so often, Mike. The days of just having a running back who you're just going to turn around and hand it to, yes, that's still a critical part of NFL offensive football, but their ability to be used in the passing game. Just one more thing for the defense to have to defend. Make them go sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone. Defend every blade of grass, and a really good running back goes a long way in doing that.
So it's a road win here for the Patriots. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X.